to Chair Yoga. I'm Wendy, for those of you that are new to my videos, and those of you who've been following along right along, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this video finds you healthy and well and ready to do some yoga. So with that being said, all we need is a sturdy chair, preferably one without arms. If you need a water close by, just in case you need a break, feel free to grab that and then take a water break at any point throughout the practice. With that being said, let's get started. So we want to come about midway in our chair or closer towards the back so that we can feel our feet grounding into the earth and our spine lengthening towards the sky. And then go ahead and close your eyes or come to a soft gaze, whichever serves your body best. And for the next few moments, we'll just check in with our body, noticing how you're feeling today, little body scan from head to toe. If there's any areas that may need a little extra love and attention today, just notice that they're there. We'll start to change our breath just a little bit by slowing everything down, taking long breaths in through our nose and matching that with a long exhale out through your nose. If at any point this breath in and out your nose makes you feel uncomfortable, it's okay to change it up, come back to your natural breath. It's okay to breathe through your mouth if you need to as well. I know that it's allergy season here. We're starting to come back indoors, so we may just need to breathe through our mouth, and that's okay too. So take the next few moments to just breathe. Quieting our minds, not thinking of anything in particular, just breathe. As we come back into this present moment, go ahead and gently wiggle your fingers, wiggling your toes. Just allow your eyes to flutter open. Just again, noticing how you're feeling in this moment. Feeling your feet rooted into the earth. Feeling your weight supported in your chair. Go ahead and bring your hands down at your sides. Take a big breath in and sweep the arms overhead, palms to touch. As we exhale, pull your hands down through heart center, plugging your thumbs into your heartbeat, allowing the shoulders to melt away from your ears. And then just take another 2 or 3 breaths here, nice and slow, filling your belly. So noticing your belly rise on the inhale and soften as you exhale. We'll do that 2 more times, in and out. Good, and then let's bring our hands to our thighs and we can slide on forward in our chair here, beginning to add some movement to our practice. We'll bring our hands back down to our side and slowly start to roll those shoulders up, back and down. Just trying to let go of any tension that you may be holding into your shoulders. And then we can reverse that, bringing the shoulders forward. And then just let your shoulders release, relax. And we'll start to sweep the hands to the chair behind you, coming into our first chest expansion. So we'll just allow the shoulders to roll towards one another. We can lean forward just a take things nice and slow to hopefully ease into your day. So with that being said, if something doesn't feel right, know that it's okay to make any adjustments that you need to. And just because I'm asking you to do something doesn't mean that it's right for your body. So with that being said, we'll continue to add some movement to our body here. Hands come down to our sides. As we inhale, we'll open those arms all the way out and up. As we exhale, let's bring our palms forward, pulling our hands down through cactus arms. Inhaling those arms up and exhaling down. And if it feels good for you on that inhale, we can also look to the sky. Exhale, tucking our chin to our chest. Inhale to reach for the sky. Exhale down. One more time. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. Let's hold here with our chin towards our chest. Just feeling that opening through your upper back, through your neck. Then we can bring our head back to center. Let's look to the right. And center, looking to the left. And center. We'll straighten out our arms here with our palms facing forward. Let's just use our upper body to reach over towards our opposite hand, and then we'll take the arm out nice and wide, switching sides, trying to touch our hands. Obviously, mine's not coming that close together, so just going where you can. Starting to open up through that upper back even more here, just by adding this gentle movement. And now we'll go a little bit deeper into our hips. So as we reach across, really twist here, and then pull it across. So we'll twist through our hips, and then pull the arm back to center. One more time, coming into that gentle twist, pulling the elbow back and over, and last time. Great, let's let those hands come down, seated mountain. Just relax your shoulders, try to soften them. And then we'll bring our hands now to our knees, coming into a few rounds of our cat-cow. So we added some movement into our shoulders, a little bit into our waist. Now let's move our spine forward and back. So with our shoulders, again, released away from our ears, we'll round through our upper back, coming into our cat pose. And then we can drop our belly, shine that heart through as we look up at a slight angle into our cow pose. So we'll add the breath to our movement. Inhale here in our cow. Exhale to round your spine, coming into cat. 2 more times just like that. Inhaling to slide through. Exhaling back into cat. 1 more time. Inhaling into our cow. Exhale as we round back into our cat. And we'll sit up nice and tall. So continuing to open through our back, we'll come into some eagle arms. So bringing our arms out to the side and bending your arms. We have several options here that we can stop at along the way. So we can bring the elbows in, crossing your right elbow over the left, and we can stay right here, forming an X. We can maybe just give ourselves a nice big hug because it feels really good. Or we can take the backs of our hands together or wrap the hands around so the palms of our hands are touching one another. So again, try not to force anything, just go where your body allows it to go. If you're either backs of the hands together or palms of the hands together, let's bring the elbows down a little bit lower here. And just feel that nice big opening through your your upper back. Good, and then we'll start to let those elbows come up just a little bit higher now. And we'll take the hands and kind of bring them forward just a little bit. Again, if this does not feel good on your body, you can back right out and just give yourself a nice hug. We want it to feel nice here. And then we'll bring the elbows back in line, release the hands, and the elbows coming into those cactus arms. We'll take a big breath in as we reach to the sky, Exhale back to cactus arms. Coming into our eagle arms on the other side, we'll sweep the hands forward or the elbows forward. Now your left arm is going to come over the right. Again, lots of options. We can stay here with the X. We can just give ourselves a nice big hug. Backs of the hands to touch or the palms of the hands to touch. And then if we can, let the elbows just release down towards the ground. So our shoulders can soften and melt away from our ears. And then leaving your shoulders right where they are, see if we can lift the elbows just a little bit higher. Maybe taking our hands forward just a bit. And we'll hold here for a big breath in. And as we exhale, we can bring the hands back. Release the hands coming into our cactus arms. One more breath in, up towards the sky. Exhaling back into our cactus arms. And we'll make our way into another chest expansion. So sweeping the hands to the back of the chair. Can come down lower if you need to, but they don't need to come up real high on the chair here. Trying to roll those shoulder blades towards one another, not really pushing our chest forward or our belly forward here, but just letting the shoulder blades roll in towards one another. And again, we can stay here or maybe start to hinge forward just a bit. And then just checking in with your body, letting the shoulders melt away from those ears. We'll take another big breath in. And a long exhale out. Good. So let's come into a nice easy flow. We'll slide forward. So a variation of a sun salutation, not a full sun salutation, but variation of one. So with this sun salutation, we are going to come into a forward fold, but if you have anything going on with your head, your heart, your eyes, where you really want to keep that head above your heart, let's make our way into our child's pose. So we can stay here while I'm talking for a brief moment. With our child's pose, we want the palms of the hands to touch and our shoulders roll down our back so that you can really find length in your spine here. And then the eyes can just look out at a slight angle so that our neck is in line with our spine rather than looking down or up or rounding through your spine here. We want a nice long tall spine, so we're coming at an angle. So this will be the variation if you need to keep your head above your heart. If you can come into full forward fold, then you have the option to either let the hands come to the outside of your legs or the inside of your legs, whatever feels best for you. Let's all meet back in our seated mountain pose. So we'll sit up nice and tall. And again, stopping along the way wherever you need to. So as we begin, we'll take a big breath in, reaching those arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, let's sweep our hands down to our thighs. Inhale to sit up nice and tall. And exhale, we'll start to hinge forward. Inhale, let's push into those hands. Coming up halfway. Exhale, out here's where we forward fold. So either child's pose or forward fold. We'll hold here for 2 long breaths. On this next inhale, let's slide our hands halfway up our shins, shining our heart forward, shoulders are rolled down our back in our monkey pose. And as we exhale, we'll slide all the way back down to our forward fold. On the next inhale, again, we'll slide our hands halfway up. This time on our exhale, we'll hold right here. On the next breath in, let's bring our hands to our thighs, coming up halfway. Exhale, let's hold here. Shoulders melt away from our ears. And on this last breath in, we'll take it all the way up in. And exhale back into our seated mountain. So let's do this flow one more time. Inhale to reach the arms overhead. Exhale, sweeping our hands to our thighs. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fold halfway. Inhale, a little halfway lift. Exhale, coming either to child's pose or to our full forward fold. And again, we'll hold here for 2 long breaths in and out. One more breath. Let's slide our hands halfway up our shins into monkey. Inhale. Exhale back to our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Monkey pose. Exhale, hold here. Inhale to slide your hands up to your thighs. Exhale to come up just halfway. And on this next breath in, we'll sit up nice and tall, exhaling our hands down to our side. Good, so now let's come sideways in our chair. So we want to turn to the right. We'll take our right leg out to the side, and then our left knee can come down towards the ground. So we'll turn towards the right, and then our knees coming down towards the ground. Back arm is on the back of the chair, or back hand is on the back of the chair. And we'll sit up nice and tall here. So try to get your left knee underneath your hip, and then the ankle in line with your knee. And we're sitting sideways in our chair here. So a variation of pigeon pose here. We can reach that arm all the way up and come back just a little bit into a little mini back bend. But as we're coming into this back bend, try not to push your hips forward. Rather, lengthen from your chest up to the sky and then come back a little bit like you're a rainbow. So you want to come all the way up and back rather than pushing through your hips here. And then we can release that arm out in front. Bring it across our chest to really open that back shoulder and our upper back. And then we can take our arm out wide to the side, opening up through our heart and our chest. Bringing that arm out to the side. Flip your palm to the sky. Reach that arm all the way up, and we'll just tip towards the seat of our chair or the back of our chair. And then let's come back to center, release that hand down to our side, and we'll make some big circles with that arm. And then go ahead and reverse. And we'll hold here. Let's take that back foot forward. So we're sitting sideways in your chair. And as we're sitting sideways, we're coming into another twist. So we'll take our outside hand and bring it to the back of the chair. Now we have the option to stay facing forward with our belly button facing forward, or we can lengthen through our spine and ask for the twist from our hips, our shoulders, and then our eyes can gently follow so that our shoulders go in the direction of the back of the chair. And try not to force anything here. Just enjoy this nice little twist. And then we'll come back to center, sitting sideways on our chair before we make our way really back to center. So sweep one leg forward and then the other. Big breath in. Exhale it out. Mountain pose. Good. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So we'll sweep that left leg out to the side. Turn your whole body to the left. The back hand is on the top of the back of your chair. And then that left knee is going down towards the ground. Toes down, heels up. If you'd like, you can always untuck your toes and let the top of your foot rest on the floor as well. And then we want our whole body turning sideways here, reaching that arm out in front. We'll bring it across our chest to really feel that opening through your shoulder. And then we can bring the arm out wide and back just a little bit, opening through your chest. Taking the arm out in front, we can reach it up towards the sky okay for you. And that we're lengthening through our spine first, leading with our heart as we come into this mini back bend. Good, let's come back to center. Let the hand come out to the side, flip your palm up, reach the arm to the sky. Let the shoulders settle down and back before we tip towards the back of our chair. And we'll make our way back to center. Couple circles to the front. And reverse to the rear. And let's come back to center here. So we'll take that knee that's down, up, and then slide so that you're about midway in your chair if you can here. Coming into that twist. So the outside hand now turns to and grabs onto the back of your chair. So again, we have the option to stay right here with that belly button facing forward, or we can ask for the twist. Either way, let's lengthen through our spine. And then if we can twist, we'll twist from our hips, our shoulders, and then our eyes can gently follow. Just hold here for this nice stretch on our side. Good twist, kind of bringing out all those internal organs. And we'll slowly make our way back to center all the way. So we'll step one foot and then the other. Good, from here, let's take one more cleansing breath. So big breath in, palms to touch, exhale, let it all out. Go ahead and release your hands down to your side, and we'll take our right foot out in front. So a little bit of work for our quadricep here and into our hips a little. We can hold on to the bottom of our chair if that's accessible to us, and we're just gonna lift and lower, and lift and lower. And two more times, lift and lower. And last time we'll lift and lower. Good, from here we'll start to hinge forward and then release our hands, bring them to our bent knee. With the shoulders, again, roll down our back and our belly's pulled in. Let's come forward here in a forward fold. And we have lots of options. We can stay right here. We can release both hands down to our side. We can maybe see if we can touch our toes. So any variation of this forward fold that feels good for you, feel free to go there. And then we'll bring both hands to that bent knee. Start to push into your hands as you sit up nice and tall. Bringing that knee in, and we'll switch sides. So now that left foot comes out, heel down, toes up. Hands come underneath our chair, and that will kind of help us to stay upright with the spine nice and long. Again, our shoulders are rolled down our back, and let's just lift and lower. Lift and lower. A couple more here. Up and down. Last time up and down. Making our way into that forward fold. Any way your body is telling you it's safe to go. So again, both hands to the bent knee, hinging forward, either staying here, or we can come into that forward fold, grabbing for our toes. If we're grabbing for our toes, though, try not to pull them back. We just want to reach towards them. We'll hold for one more breath here. And bringing both hands to that bent knee, we'll sit up nice and tall, pulling that foot in, rolling the shoulders down our back. Go ahead and pull that right leg up. And then from here, we'll try to touch our forehead towards our knee. So rounding like we're rounding into cat. And then we'll sit up nice and tall, but keep your hands underneath your thigh. Start to circle through your ankle one way. And reverse. Sitting up nice and tall, and again, the shoulders are just rolling away from our ears. Make sure that if you're crossed here at the knee, that we flex through this foot. We want this ankle to form an L here, and that'll take some pressure off of your knee. So something a little different that we haven't done in a while is a little thing called cradle the baby. So again, we have lots of options. We have the option to stay right here or with our ankle crossed. Or we can take one hand underneath our foot, one hand underneath our knee, just gently lift that foot up, and we can hold here in a cradle, or we can move into a little rock the baby, so a gentle rock, just trying to loosen up through our hip. Stay right here if you're there, and if your ankle is crossed, we can always just take the knee up and down, nice and easy. Good, so when you're ready, let your body settle, and we can bring that foot back down. And then release it all the way. And let's do the same thing on the other side. So grabbing underneath that left knee, shoulders rolled on our back, belly's pulled in tight, and we'll come into that nice rounding here. So gently tucking our chin towards our knee, not our chin, our forehead. And we can sit up nice and tall with the hands under the thigh, circling through our ankle one way. And reverse. And we can point and flex. And coming into that seated pigeon one more time. Again, either crossing at the ankle or crossing at the knee. Well, either way, we'll sit up tall. If we're crossed at the knee here, let's make sure that that foot is flexed. And again, lots of options here. We can just stay right where we are or come into our cradle of the baby. One hand underneath our knee, the other knee underneath our foot or our ankle. We can lift that leg. So we want to make sure that both sit bones are planted into the chair first before we do anything else. So we can stay here or we can add that little rock the baby. And again, you can just gently lift and lower that knee if your ankles are crossed. Then when you're ready, let your body settle. And we can release the foot down and all the way. Take a big breath in, palms to touch. Exhaling our hands down through heart center. Our last few stretches here. So if you're not close to the front edge of your chair, feel free to get there now. Hands come back down into our thigh, and we'll take our right leg out at an angle. So our toes are going towards the sky, hips stay square forward, and we'll just start to slide the hand down our thigh. As we do that, the opposite hand reaches towards the sky. So feeling a big opening through our side body and in through our inner thighs. All this area right here, let's see if we can expand it a little bit by sending the breath to that area, really opening up through your lung on that side of your body. Feeling your ribs expand on that inhale, and as you exhale, see if they can soften and come a little bit closer. But we want to find room and space within our lung to really be able to fill it up today, so that when we go through the rest of the day, we can get lots of fresh air. Good, and let's make our way back to center. Doing the same thing on the other side. So sitting tall first, then we'll take the opposite leg out, sliding the hand down the leg, and reaching that right arm towards the sky. Now, again, focusing in on the side part of your body, really send the breath there. See if you can just really be aware of your ribs right at the moment. So as you breathe, see if you can expand and really feel them growing a little bit farther away from each other. And then as you exhale, see if you can notice them coming a little bit closer together. So let's take 2 more breaths here. Again, really noticing your rib cage. So trying to find, again, ease within our body, and that'll help us to breathe, which is really important. So let's make our way back to center. All right, well, we'll end our practice today with a little meditation, a little guided meditation here. So find a nice comfy spot in your chair, sitting back, so that we can not just rest and sludge over, but we want to feel stable in our hips and in our spine. So that spine lengthens. Imagine a spiral going up your spinal column all the way up towards the sky. It's coming out through the crown of the head, and the crown of the head is really reaching for the sky here. And as we're sitting up nice and tall, we want to ground our feet into the earth. So just lift your toes up, pushing the pads of your feet, the balls of your feet and your heels into the ground, spreading your toes as wide as they'll go, and then just gently letting them come back onto the mat, to the floor, whatever your feet are on. Imagine that you're really rooted into the earth here. And then feeling the weight of your body supported in your chair. So as we're nice and strong and grounded and rooted here, go ahead and close your eyes or come to a soft gaze. So as we come into our final resting pose, our Shavasana, let's get there with ease. So imagine that you are a beautiful fall tree. And if you are a beautiful fall tree, what colors may you be? So take a few moments to envision yourself, the color of your tree. Just feeling your feet like roots rooted into the earth, letting the earth nourish you, pulling in from the ground whatever it is that you may need. And as your body starts to take in what it needs from the earth, feel that energy starting to come up through your feet, your ankles, and up into your knees. So as that energy starts to flow, and the nutrients from the earth, whatever it may be from the universe that you need, feel that coming into your feet, all the way up to the crown of your head, healing your body with each step up through your legs, into your seat. Maybe wraps around your midsection, your belly, your hips, your low back. And then as our spine spiraled towards the sky as we were lengthening, just imagine it wrapping itself around your spine, going up past all your organs, into your lungs, from shoulder to shoulder. And as it starts to make its way down into your fingers, just feel your shoulders softening. Feel your hands softening. Feeling strong and grounded as it makes its way back up, arm to arm, into your neck. Letting it relax your jaw and soften your cheeks. Making its way into your third eye. So opening the third eye up to gain intuition and to know to listen to your intuition. All the way into your mind and out the crown of your head. Let's focus on our breath, slowing everything down, taking long breaths in through your nose, matching that breath with a long, soft breath breath like a wave, taking with it anything that no longer serves you. So let this breath heal you. For the next few moments, focus on nothing but your breath. Take about 3 more breaths just like that. When you're ready, we can slowly make our way back into the present moment, feeling rooted, grounded, a little bit stronger, knowing that we need to listen to our intuition, taking in all the signs around us from the universe. And bring your hands together at heart center, plugging your thumbs into your heartbeat, gently bowing your chin down towards your chest. We'll take a long breath in through our nose, open our mouth, and let out a big sigh. Let's think of 2 things that we are grateful for in this moment. And then I'd like you to think of the first 3 people that come to your mind and send lots of healing, positive energy out into the universe to them, whatever you think they may need. And then send all that positive energy back into your own heart. When you're ready, allow your eyes to slowly flutter open. We can bring our head back together at center. Take one more long breath in, sealing our practice with a long exhale out our mouth. Remember to always be kind to others, but don't forget about yourself along the way. Make sure you're always kind to yourself. And may the sky above and the earth below bring peace into your heart. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I encourage you to get outside and get some fresh air today, finding ease within your body, within your heart and your mind, and have an amazing day. Hope to see you soon. Thank you. Bye for now.